Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the 2011 U.S. Amateur Championship. We're here at Palm Harbor, Florida at Strokers Billiards. We're ready to watch a match between Rich Minichello and Peter Ziemak. This is, I believe, on the no-loss side. It could be the one-loss side. I got some different reports, even though the chart's right there. We started with 128 players. We're down to about 96 at this point in the tournament. Both players are very accomplished. I'm looking at their stat sheets right now. I'm J.R. Kelver. Joining me in the booth is Alvin Nelson. Alvin, welcome.
Welcome. We're in freezing cold Arctic Florida. I'm so glad to be inside where it's warm, watching these APA champions here battle it out. This will be a race to 7.
Interesting format. The winner of the lag gets to choose whether they want to start with 9 or 8 and does the breaking. Let's see what they've elected to choose. Looks to me like 9 ball. I haven't seen a stripe going up there except for the 9. So I think we're going to see first 8 games get played in the, or 9 games get played in the 9 ball, and then we'll go to 5 games of 8 ball afterwards, if we need them all. So, Peter looks like he's from Windsor Lock, Connecticut, and Richard is from Everett, Massachusetts. I get a feeling that these guys are close enough they could have played each other in the past. Did we ever find out if they've played each other at all?
I'm not sure.
Interesting enough. Now, Peter is a Masters Division player out of Southington, Connecticut. I bet you that's Bruce Bartholet's area up in there, I'm just willing to say. Because he is an APA 7, so he's kind of used to this. His accomplishments is he's qualified, his 3rd qualified event. Placed 25th in the two previous events. So this isn't his first rodeo for Peter. What do we got going on with Rich? Looks like he's been playing 20 years.
20 years. VNEA, BCA, APA qualifier to Vegas. Rack 'em Up Tour champion. A Division 2010. Many 9 ball and 8 ball tournament wins. He is a heavy-duty truck salesman.
Ah,
interesting.
Well, Peter is an engineer. He's been working as an engineer for 10 years, it says, with the world's largest aircraft manufacturer. I don't know exactly who that is. I wish he would have said the name, but he's kind of just letting it out there.
Letting it go.
Yeah, sorry. Well, back at the ranch here, the 1 is close to the hole, but that doesn't mean anything. Rich is kind of blocked here. He may be able to curve this. I kind of like the idea of shooting between the 9-2 with spin and catching the rail. He does not have to, end up good either way, of course. Little jump shot. He's backwards hooked him here. This isn't a good position here to be in.
Well, he's got a good shot on the one ball. Appears that he can hit some of the cue ball, enough of it to make the ball. Nicely played shot.
Well played. It takes a stroke to get a, jack up and level roll a ball like that with a little pace. I think it's going to pay off, and he's going to be able to score this first game, just judging from his ability to hit that shot. And I jinxed him. Alvin, I'll just go ahead and shut up. Because we know that if he hurt us, he'd be telling us to shut up. So we're going to take the score away here for a second. It's still 0-0, folks. Nice little hit. Ooh. Little flirt with the side pocket, but nah. I think his bigger worry right now is that he's nearly straight in on the 3. He has 2 or 3 options. Draw or draw. Peter would like to give a little shout out to Paul Drexler from PFD Studios. That's the maker of his pool cue. For any of you that might not be familiar with Paul Drexler's work, fine cue maker.
Absolutely.
Actually, is a big fan of pool, poker, and
Pain.
Fishing. Loves fishing with his son. Smart safety here. Is he going to get it behind the 9? Wow.
That will not work.
It isn't ball in hand.
That's
and
good.
I think he's giving the guy a fairly decent shot at banking the ball, too. I'd say that's darn near one of the most perfect bank shots ever.
Yeah, that's a great bank.
You can roll this right in, end up with the cue ball by the side pocket, and speed it up. Oh, look at this. I think he's banking it the other way.
Interesting.
Oh,
Nope.
okay, he did.
Played it
A little
not
bit
good.
hard, just a hair
did.
hard.
He's going to set up for another bank.
But it pretty darn good. And this one here, he should be running 3 rails natural English right towards the 9. Plays on the Predator Tour and the Joss Tours as well. Well, looking at this rack, the 4-8 is obviously the big ball to get around. I think that the 4 is blocked going into the side pocket by the 8. But it can go up in the corner where the 7 ball is right now. And I don't even know whether he's going to be able to get that far. He's just going to have to cinch roll this ball in and take a longer shot on the 3. He's constantly jacked up.
Well, first couple games are always rough for anyone.
I was speaking to John White, and John says that this table's a little bit faster than some of the other tables in the room.
Oh, yeah.
So that could have something to do with
it. He willed that ball in.
Pretty darn good shot. But for his next trick,
You just tuck the 4 behind the 6, or what? You think he can? I know he can't clear it. You go with the combo?
well,
I'd kick the 4 down to the bottom and try to touch it up under the 6.
I'm going to leave him on the 8. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to leave him on the 8.
Or you can just do that.
What do we know?
Wow.
We stink.
Jeez.
He put that in there like that was
Sure
nothing.
did.
Yeah. He needs to hurry. Hurry, you albino fool.
Get running.
It's nice to see somebody actually left-handed playing. I don't think this is going to turn out as good as he'd like. I think he's not only left a hit, I think he's left a shot. It's going to let him get this ball in the hole. And it's not that it's a free shot, it's just, all he has to do is hit it with inside English and stay away from the 8-9, and pretty easy.
Definitely.
So, I mean, with a diamond from the hole, it isn't like he has to hit this ball perfect. For those of you not familiar with this event is put on by the American Pool Players Association. It's the APA. They've been doing it now for, I believe, this is around 17 years.
Nice.
Don't mark me on that. I'm going to get that exact number by the time the finals rolls around. It's hard.
We hope.
There's so many staff members here, and believe it or not, there is so much going on here. And they dedicate a full staff to this event. It's actually quite impressive. And the way the players qualify for this event is they win a local qualifier, and then that gets them down to Palm Harbor, Florida. I think that gets them transportation, room down here.
Nice.
And the APA puts on this event. It's actually, if you haven't ever been to one of these events, it's a different feel.
It's a unique experience.
Well, you get people from all over the country, and they're all coming together to play, and it's more of a camaraderie than it is, a dog-eat-dog type tournament. It seems like everybody's having fun, and, you have some league operators that are here, you have some players that are here, and, obviously it's interesting to see guys that are, this is not their first profession. This is an amateur event, but one of these guys is going to go home as the champion. And the reigning champion is still on the winner side, Ray Linares.
A lot of people to be here. A lot of good players to win through.
Yeah, this we call them amateurs, and these guys have day jobs and stuff. But trust me,
Yeah,
there's some solid players.
some fighters out there.
Yeah, there is. There's people that already a couple of guys have walked through the door and said, "That guy's an amateur."
Right.
Yeah, he is. He's a hard-working man, and he's not on the pro tour, and there he is. But yeah, it's very interesting. This is really designed for amateurs,
Gigantic heads.
people that run up to our cameras. Yeah, for the most part, I think we're going to see a little bit of problem with the rack, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot us one of our sponsors here. And Peter's going to give it a little bit of a look there and get ready to start off game 3.
Crack them wide open here.
Well, let's analyze his break a little bit. We'll run him through the ringer here.
Watch the 7 ball. See if he's going at the corner ball or the 1 ball. Went for the corner. He's going up table with the 1. Real nice.
Got a little bit of a bad kiss, or that 1 ball would have been over about a diamond and been a much easier shot to start out this whole rack.
Not a bad 9 ball break, though.
Not bad. He brought the cue along the back side, or on the other side of the side pocket. Made a ball or two. I think Rich is off to the races here. This is pretty easy. Roll up, and yet again he's jacked up over a ball. I swear this guy in the first 2 games, I think he was jacked up 4 times.
Somebody's got to do it. It's a challenge. Challenging himself.
Well, I think all he has to do is kind of roll forward a little bit. Natural English off the 3. Run 3 rails right towards the 5 ball. After that, it's a shooting gallery. Nice little touch air, a little bit of heavy ball hit. Let it go down through that 5 ball that way.
Rich Minichello gets his point.
He made that look easy.
Had his donut for the morning and all ready to go.
He's fired up and ready to rock.
Minichello.
Minichello. Well, let's see if Minichello can lay this break wide open. We'll give him the good old break analyzation as well here. Well, he's already he's out off the table.
Yeah, I don't like
off
this.
the edge.
This is a one ball in the side area.
Well, I think the 5 is going to go. I think he can still power
Think he
the
can
5
make the
down
corner
in.
ball. Not going at the corner ball. I think he's just amping up and cracking at him.
Yeah, I didn't see any real attempt to do anything there.
No.
You know, it didn't hurt him right away because he's not really left a shot.
Right.
And at the same time, that 7's tied up with the 8 enough that it's not an easy combination. Nice hit. Got a little bit of bad roll by clipping the 6, but it's the right shot. And it looks like Peter really needs to work this 1. I'm not sure that it's there. I mean, I think he can pocket the 1 and slide the cue between the 4 or 5 or even over straight at the 8. Just above the 4, below the 8. I don't like any of those shots, so it's really not a good shot to start with. It's not a good rack. That 7-8, the only thing I see
Really
that
bad.
can be doing is to bank the 7 in the side.
Yeah, it's not natural. It's not a natural layout there that we're used to looking at.
It's just a, you know.
Say a corner break.
Sure. I mean, both these guys play, you know, good enough to get out here if they get a shot. And that wasn't a shot. That was, you know, here, if you want to take this flyer and spear the 1 in 100 mile an hour, get over for the 2, maybe, you know. And that's not like a good shot to start out with, right? I think we've seen the jump cue get pulled here. Great attempt.
Sure was.
I don't think he could have got any closer and not made the ball. I thought he actually was going to make it. See
This
if he
can
can
work.
nudge that 7.
This can work. Let's see what he's got. He may have a good way to get to the 1 here. Maybe
What?
even a full shot.
Yeah, it's almost borderline full shot. I think he can see the ball full and even
Sure.
start to hit the left side of it.
Right. may not be able to cut it, though.
Right.
May have to come into it.
Another jump shot, and what
Nice
a great
shot.
jump shot.
Which ball is he going to be over top of now?
The 9. No, well, yeah, just about. I think he is, actually.
I think he is, too.
But he's left-handed, so this isn't quite so bad. I want to take a second to thank Kamui for making Inside Pool Magazine a little cheaper for our friends that are looking for a subscription. If you buy a 2-year subscription, they've knocked the price down to $27.99, and you get a free Kamui tip voucher. Nice little touch there, working around that ball. I think he might have accepted running into it because he still would have had a straight-in shot to 3 down in the corner. But that's going out. You can get the free voucher and a 2-year subscription. Normally it'd be about a $60 value. You can pick it up for $27.99 right at the InsidePoolMag.com website. Again, brought to you by our friends over at Kamui. Now the 7 goes up in the upper left-hand corner pocket here, but I think that's about the only thing that he's looking at doing, but I don't know how he's planning to get down here. I would assume he's going to elect for a draw shot off the 6 to get down table here. Interesting.
He was trying to clip that 7. No.
He might have been trying to clip it or get to where he's at.
Yeah, that may have been where he played it too.
That was a great shot. That was a great shot. I thought he was pretty straight, and he amazed me there with his ingenuity to stroke that ball around and try and get a different angle for an easier pocket than that one of those corner pockets.
Interesting choice there. Must be able to play the ball.
Well, we're going to find out real quick. Yeah, he can't. Good shot.
Play a nice save.
Good shot. Unfortunately, I think he's left it at the most popular shot in the world. I think everybody's tried this shot about 1,000 times in their life, is to kick this ball in. So don't be surprised to see Peter come up and roll this ball in and have a good shot on the 8 afterwards. Doesn't have to happen, but it's better than a sellout. He's hitting this really fast, in my opinion. It looks like he's going to stroke this ball.
He's going to stroke it right into the scratch.
No, he fouled twice. All he needed to do was accidentally hit the ball right before it took off. It hit a foul 3 times on one shot.
And rake the other balls on the table.
And for anybody that's asking, no, you don't get charged twice if you miss the ball and scratch. I don't think you will ask. It's pretty interesting, though, that you can actually foul 3 different ways on a shot at once.
Or more.
Yeah,
I mean, how many things could possibly go on after you hit the ball?
You could foul the other ball.
You could go punch your opponent. How many other things can you do before the ball stops moving?
You could drop a piece of chalk onto one of the balls. Or, Well, Rich Minichello takes game 4. After a pretty darn good safe and Peter Ziemak unforced error.
We stopped over at Home Depot looking for snow shovels, and they were out.
They were out. There must be a lot of snow down here. Everybody's getting ready for the storm. That's
Arctic.
what it is.
It's about 85 out, sunny. Look at that.
Nice little
Wow.
break. They're
One in
taking
the
their
side.
places, and the 3's going to be there, but the 4 is perfect. It's just a last ball rolling theory, folks. If you're unaware of what the last ball rolling theory is it's always going to be the last ball rolling that messes up your rack or your run. And I think that's one of the most disgusting feelings in the world, is you know that the ball has enough speed to get in between you and the 1, and it's on its way. And it looks like it's perfectly going to get in between you and the 1. Rich is making quick and easy work of this rack already. Made a couple on the break, and
Yeah, now we're getting to where they're starting to play pretty good.
yeah, they're settling in.
Right.
Well, even though Rich doesn't play APA, he looks like he certainly is an accomplished player. He knows how to move the ball around. He knows how to set up racks. All right, 32. Why don't we hit him with one of our favorite supporters here, Alvin? Maybe a little.
I'm John Hendrick, pool player and owner of the Green Room in Pineville, North Carolina. My serious players demand quality, and that's why I've switched to Milliken Super Pro. This cloth plays at the perfect speed. It lasts a long time, and the spill guard protection saves my tables from stains. It saves me money, and my customers love it.
Milliken Super Pro, exclusively from Sterling Gaming.
Milliken's got me covered. How about you?
All right, let's see. Got 3-2 action. Race to 7. Favor Rich Minichello, who's about to break. This is Pete Ziemak.
Let's see if he can crush this break again. He's moved out a little bit further than he did the last break.
Watch the 5. Watch the 1. Nothing. Yeah,
He's made the 6. It's not the last ball rolling this time.
no.
Quick announcement.
Little
The
push out
practice
here.
The shuttle to Perfect Q is sitting outside. It'll be leaving.
I like this push.
Practice over there. Feel free to use the shuttle.
Believe it or not, I like kicking at this ball. You can
Sure.
hit this 1 perfectly. Hit the bottom side. It's very easy. If you can see it, it's even a better shot. But I think there's about 20 different ways to hit this 1 ball and end up with a decent safe.
Sure. Yeah, I kick it 2 rails or into the next to the side pocket up behind the.
Believe it or not, your speed is going to be dependent on moving the cue into the 2-9.
That's where it's got to go.
And you'll get the rail on the 1. So you don't play on getting it down table. And with all those balls in the center of the table,
I see.
it'll probably get through them. It's not going to make it to the bottom rail. Doesn't need to. Hit a little bit full in the face, and I think he's going to end up with a safety. At least a point where he's not
lucky.
sold out,
Yeah.
unless the guy's a great jumper.
Or he can do the kick up in the top left hand.
There's a pretty good safety kick here. If you go through the two balls with high right, you hit the one softly, and after the cue ball goes to the second rail and hits the one, it drifts off the one into the 3 ball and locks up.
Yeah, that top. I like this bank here.
Look
Oh
at this
my
shot.
gosh, look at that. Wow. A little bit more oomph on it and would have had it. But the problem is you missed the ball. It's hanging right in the hole. So
But the 2's no bargain. Let's see what he comes
No.
up with.
I'll call you later on. Did the girl fill him out?
Little rail first is going to get him in trouble. He's never going to see this 2 ball unless he gets a lot of distance off.
Of course, that's what it's
interesting.
He may have it.
It's hard to tell. Well, he can definitely touch it.
Yeah.
So what you do is, if you can only touch a little feather, you just clip it into the 9, stop it there, and bring the cue ball back behind the 5,
Yeah.
possibly.
Well, the reason that rail first was so bad is to get down far enough.
Yeah, he got it clear.
Yeah, he got it clear.
Clean. Now is he going to be happy with this?
No,
Not today.
I don't need 8 camera angles to see this one. He's hid.
Right.
I think he's gonna make the mistake of going to this side rail and hitting it full in the face. With the 4 where it's at, the person that loses this game will most likely not be the person who's making the 3. Did I say that right?
I think so.
Yeah, the 4 is a tough shot. It's nobody's bargain. Just because you make the 3 doesn't mean you're going to win this game. He's going to go for the jump, and I can see this
jump
going
cut?
off the table.
Yeah, nice.
Wow, nice.
No, he's
Guess what?
Which
For
ball's
my
he gonna
next
be over?
trick, I'm going to jump the 5 ball and bank the 4 in.
yeah, he was doing a little looking at the ceiling there. Got a smile on his face.
Oh, he just kept his jump cue.
He's like, yeah, I'll be using this again.
Yeah. Don't put her away. You're banking this ball. That's what you're doing. I see his ploy. Well, I think he's going to make a liar out of me. Going to kick at it. Nope, he is going to jump it. He's had a lot of success.
All right.
Well, I think he's going to get locked up here. Take a look and see how much we got going on here. Wow. Almost has a combination, but I think that he'll be able to, play safe or do the combo. Got it all. Great shot. Well, he should kick this ball 2 rails into the corner. And he's He's looking at it. It looks like he's going too deep into the corner.
Wow.
He did. And Minichello giving up that unforced errors, giving Peter Ziemak a chance to come in and tie the game up. I think he's trying to figure out a way to get on the 7. I think that's what's kind of confusing him and making him take so long right now. I would have thought he'd have shot by now, but hey, he has to see the out before he starts this.
Right.
And he should be able to just follow forward on this ball. Good shot.
Kind of jumped down, and that one, I guess it's a pretty easy shot.
Yeah. Well, I think he took his time because he really wanted to make sure he tied that up. In a race to 7, every opportunity has to be turned over. And even if you do, there's no say that you're still going to win.
Also, if someone lost their room key to main sale, we found one on the floor.
Well, definitely. Good little leave here. Kind of gets him started.
Looks like he can make the ball.
I think he can make the ball. I think he's going to be able to hit this with a little bit of force, a little bit above center. He's drawing
Hitting
it
it low. I don't
straight.
like drawing it. You're drawing it right into the 9. What's he going to try to go through the hole there? Nice.
He
Okay.
forced it.
Right.
Just a little bit of a tricky little stroke there. Most guys actually end up hitting that ball above center. to let it travel that a little bit farther, and he starts out below center. And they'll swear that they're hitting that ball with draw, but they're not.
No.
No. Now he should just try and draw this ball. I know for sure that the 5 goes past the 7. Let's take a look down on the other end. It does look like it, so he's probably going to draw it 2 rails, zigzag onto the 5, and then come down for the 6 afterwards. Getting to the 7 is going to be tough. Little zigzag. And as we've seen so often, people that slow roll those balls, they can be missed. Definitely be missed. I think he's going to end up trying to run 3 rails onto the 7.
Or drawing to the 9.
Well, what he has to do here is force this ball into the upper left-hand corner with a center left-hand English, hair above center maybe, and whip it around that corner and come back to the lower right-hand side rail. And he's going to hit about 2 diamonds below the side pocket. Takes a heck of a stroke. A little bit above center left-hand English. And on this one, I suggested everybody use a little bit longer stroke. It's going to give him that power because this is a pretty straight ball, and even on fast cloth, you're not going to baby this ball. If you do, and you just want to come to the center of the table like he's looking now, that's fine. It's just be prepared to more or less make 2 or 3 hard shots. Every shot on the table after this will be tough.
Sure, he's got a tough out for sure. Thank you.
If he runs 3 rails and gets on the other, in between the 9 and the side pocket, no, hit a little bit thin. And Mr. Minichello is going to be given a gift here. Now the game's ultimately, seemingly easy from here.
Easy on paper.
It's that slow roll that's catching Rich. He's slow rolling those balls, and that's no good.
Mm-hmm.
Peter's going to take 4-3 lead.
Of Q craftsmanship, a state-of-the-art production facility, revolutionary design. When you step to the table, unleash the fury. Precision craftsmanship, a player's cue ready for action, a cue with a sweet hit, a consistent hit. See the entire line of Fury cues and unleash your fury.
Four to 3. Welcome back. Just a little message from our friends over at Fury Cues. A couple other sponsors in this event would be Milliken, Super Pro Cloth, and QSite.com for all your billiard needs. If you are going to purchase any billiard products in the future, please consider at least checking out QSite.com. Like we said, perfect Christmas gift this year to yourself or anybody else that you know is a pool player. That $27.99 2-year subscription to Inside Pool Magazine. You get the voucher for the Kamui tip.
All right, watch that 3-ball. 3-ball went, not how he wanted it to.
1 went and the 2's taking its place,
Two's
and
gonna
the 4's
sit
going to
pretty.
be hanging.
Nice.
5's even hanging. And 4's a little funny. I mean, because he's got an angle down towards, you know, going below the whole rack.
Looks like he's got a window.
Yeah. I think
5's
he's
going to
in
be
there.
dependent on getting around the 6 here, not scratching.
Well, it's just a good thing that it's hanging. That's all I'm going to say.
He can go forward,
I hit
down
it with,
below the 8. Went that way, that's fine.
yeah. As long as you get above the 7, you know, once you get past it, there's no other traffic. If he tries to go inside English area, he's got all 3 balls except for the 6. 7, 8, 9 are getting in the way somewhere. I personally have always liked trying to get this 6 ball in the side pocket after this. I just roll a couple of inches above the 9. Maybe it does go in the corner. He's shooting it like it does. I thought the 7 was a little bit funky there, but
Fired that ball nice. And Pete Ziemak
takes the 5-3 lead. Pretty little break and run there.
Definitely. Time for 8 ball. Having a visitor out on the table.
Look like a little fly. Well, let's see how these guys play 8-ball. I
don't break here.
I don't know whether I saw a lot of 8-ball strategy in both these guys while they were playing 9-ball, but it's pretty tough to call that.
Mm-hmm.
He did hit the ball square on. Well, I think the stripes are going to be what he's going to start out with here.
Sure.
He can come right down, and after making his 14 in the side, he can come down and get the 10, swing over and get the 12 afterwards. Oh, look at that.
Boy,
did you see
got a
that?
lucky roll. Something happened funny there.
There's a little piece of chalk or something on the table there, and even he's going to look at that.
Wow.
That did not seem right.
Yeah, he just flicked it. It rolled up on a boulder there.
It's sesame seed or something. But he was going to be in trouble if that wasn't there, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he was. He may have scratched.
Going to get this 9 next.
He was going to bury it into the pocket pretty deep there. It would have been corner hooked.
Yeah. Now, I don't know whether he's going to elect to shoot the 12 off the deuce. But if he does, he has to do it fairly soft. The reason I say that is that deuce is going to go over towards the 8 and maybe even block the 13 or the 8's pocket. So he has to worry about how he's shooting his 12. That's a pretty big ball to, kind of ignore. He may elect not to use the 2 at all. Only problem with that is that if he hits the 2 in a funky way, it might cause a miss. Definitely a lot of 8-ball experience he's displaying here.
Sure.
So, like I said, I didn't see it, but it didn't mean it wasn't there. He didn't really have a lot of chance to do it. And there was enough room in that pocket without having to worry, and a good shot.
Nice out.
Nice out. Rich Minichello pulls within 1, 5-4.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you just tuning in, you're watching the 2011 U.S. Amateur Championship. We're here at Strokers Billiards in Palm Harbor, Florida. I'm J.R. Calvert with Inside Pool TV. Joining me in the booth is Alvin Nelson. And
howdy.
We've got a 5-4 match between Peter Ziemak and Richard Minichello.
Yep, definitely enjoying my visit here to Strokers. Make sure you add Strokers to your Facebook, Strokers Palm Harbor.
Yeah, definitely. Tried a little second ball break. I don't think that worked out as well.
Yeah, second ball break. Did he break from the rail?
Yes, I believe he did. Not quite sure what he's going to start with here. Maybe the 3 in the side.
I don't like second
Oh.
ball break on the big table. Second ball break is for a bar box, in my opinion.
I kind of like it on a big table because
Really?
you can get in there and you can really move the balls around. And believe it or not, you've got a slightly different angle. You can go out further.
Right.
You know, or on a bar box, you know,
Sure.
you're in a few inches, and that angle changes things. But you can really hit that ball a little bit more square on a big
I see.
table.
You can get it to arc right in and crack that ball.
Draw it out and
Right.
come up. Yeah, it was something when I was
that
younger, I was going, why are they saying you can do this and you couldn't do it? And I started realizing that the table was crushed in on the same balls. The balls are the same size. The table's smaller, and that changes your angle.
All right, I'm going to announce some of the 3 o'clock round. Again, we're still waiting for tables to come in, so if you don't hear your name, just hang around. When we get a table, we'll get you out there. Ernesto Bayala, Patrick Tobin, table 9. Brian Parks, Chris Walls, table 13. David Gavrish, Will Hagginson, table 1. Daniel Gamble, Adam Dormer, table 10. Stuart Warnock, Raymond Linares, table 4. Donald Kreischer, James Miller, table 11.
Sounds like they just called Raymond Linares.
Heard a lot of those names, actually, that they just rattled off. Been doing a lot of shows. Get to run into these guys at different venues around the country. Like you said, they're from all over the country here, so.
Yeah, definitely.
And I've seen several of them as well. That we worked with on different tournaments. It's our happy little pool family.
Well, Peter's looking to make his 6-4 and get the hill, and I don't blame him. After seeing Rich run that rack of 8-ball, he knows that he has to run out here.
All right. Bear down.
Hit it in with authority.
Huh.
And Peter takes a 6-4 lead over Richard Minichello.
Okay.
Hit it with a head-on break.
Oh.
What do you see here, Alvin?
It's tough to tell, but looks like his first shot's going to be on the 6 ball. Looks like he's going to spear in that 3. Oh, okay. That's weird.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Nasty
that?
scratch. Nasty scratch.
Okay, got a couple more matches to announce. Craig Dumo, Shorty K, table 7.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the solitaire too, even though it looked like the stripes were all right.
Brady,
I think
Henry
I'm
Road, table 6. Aaron Frady,
going to go get this 7 next. And just start working my way up. The only trouble ball that I think he's going to have is the 4, and it's because it's not blocked as a whole. It is positioned. But everything goes on this, and the 10-14, even though it looks like it's a good combination over in the left-hand corner pocket there, I don't want to commit to that. Get over there for it. Yeah, you can use a 6. The only problem is I think the angle on the 6 is up the other way. You know, so he doesn't have the ability to necessarily get in on the 4. Well, this is the touchy shot of the whole rack. Sneak the 3 past the 9 and glide out enough to get the 4. Pretty good shot. All right, 6-5. Anybody think that this is going to go hill? I'm starting to get that feeling. Six-five.
We're using the beads.
I'm fairly impressed with Rich Minichello's 8-ball game.
Yeah.
Seems to have a nice idea. Good grasp of the fundamentals of the game on how to run out, how to do things.
Still doing bios on the people.
Yeah.
Because the one guy just came back.
Okay.
Did the other guy, David, did he come out and
Kind of a tricky little layout here. Be truthful, I'm looking to just try and take care of some problems here and leave my opponent tied up. And I only see 2 sets of balls that seem to have everything, where if I tie him up or leave them tied up for my opponent, that he's still going to have a problem when I break out my balls. Now, as he's looking at these, I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to say, look, is there a way to get the 1 and 5 out of there and leave the 10 and 11 tied up, or vice versa? I really feel he's just going to play a rock safety, like, look, I don't need to do anything. I'm just going to tie everything up.
Donald Kreischer to table 11. Donald Kreischer to table 11 on your 15-minute grace.
See, the only problem with this is that he's left the table, but he hasn't eliminated that problem with the 10-11. And he's letting Peter just get up and kick, maybe breaking out one of his balls from this stack. Peter just missed a kick altogether. I felt that Peter was going to kick softly into the 5 and try and get it in behind the 1 and just keep safety on that 11-10. Not letting Richard see those balls is probably one of the biggest things that he can do right now, but ball in hand obviously changes all that. Believe it or not, Richard could probably shoot the 10 in between the 1 and the rail and play safety all over again if he wanted, thus eliminating that problem there and leaving his opponent tied up. Because I believe the 15 will go. And if he doesn't think it'll go, he could even nudge it a hair. But I wouldn't, that might cause problems relocating at 10 or that 11. And I do believe the 1 will not go past the 11. He doesn't look like he's going for the safety. He wants to run out.
Got a little cluster of balls there.
Yeah, I was explaining that he could have shot the 10 past the 1 and between the 1 and the rail, thus giving his 11 a pocket and still keeping the 1-5 tied up. behind the 11. And he elected to play a shot that I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do, but he definitely made an unforced error by missing ball in hand. And he's let Peter out of jail.
That's how you say it.
I really only see a couple of balls that can be used to smash those balls out, and that's the 4 and the 6. Other than that, he should look at playing safe and disturbing that, rearranging those balls. Typical example of that would be to get up against the rail, shoot the 1 into the 11, replacing it, and then taking the cue ball back in between the 1 and the 5.
It's a good shot.
But I swear he's looking at a breakout, and it does. You know, each time he makes a ball, especially one that's hanging, he's taking away his insured shots. I think he's eyeing up trying to shoot this 4 in the lower left-hand corner pocket here and following into the 5-1. I don't like that shot at all.
No, it's going to pop the 7, I believe.
If he pops the 7 and shoots the 4 into the side that he's at right now, the side pocket, he could follow that cue ball down to the bottom rail and come up into that 10-11 and push his balls up by the side pockets.
Nice.
Don't know for sure that it would work out. It doesn't necessarily have to.
Oh.
I think he's digging his own grave with every stroke.
Yeah, I don't keep pocketing balls here. I go for some sort of defensive shot because the more open table you make for the other, you know he's going to have another shot, so why even take any more balls off the table?
That's exactly right.
Go for some kind of...
Each ball he removes, he's probably going down 6 or 7% in his likelihood to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is just horrible.
Mm-hmm. But he kind of got lucky because that problem is still there.
Yeah, he would have had to do something now. Honestly, I know it sounds funny. I've got the points where if my opponent's object balls get in front of my balls at this point, I start making them and playing them safe.
Definitely.
And making him break out problems that, essentially when he breaks and hits his own ball, he, removes one of my problems.
Definitely.
This one here, I'm looking at making that 14 high Q right up into the 11. I don't want to hit the 10, I want to hit the 11.
Chongo
Nice.
Robinson, Jamie Moody, table 14. Chongo Robinson, Jamie Moody, table
Still not
14.
really where he needs to be, but he's a step closer to having the 2 shots in the bottom right-hand pocket.
I think he has to consider banking the 10 off the rail 3 or 4
Sure,
inches.
right now.
And let the cue go up into the 11, and now the 10's there as a break shot for the 11. It's an easy, safe.
Oh, yeah. I go with the 10 right now.
If he starts shooting his insurance shots, taking away this 13 ball down in the corner like this,
Yep, that's no good.
he's going to run into issues.
I mean, he could run into the 5 ball here. Pocket the 15 in the bottom right-hand pocket, roll into the 5. But the best he's going to have is a combo 11-10. More than likely the 5 is going to go and hook between the 11 and 10.
See, this is they're trying to do what I call a looky what I found. and they're pocketing balls and hoping that if they don't try anything, that somehow there will be a solution that will present itself. And I can tell you, if my friends at home, do not subscribe to that theory. That theory pays off maybe one time in 25. It will not show up at the U.S. Amateurs. Yeah, if he was going to play safe on the 10, he should have done it at the beginning. First off, he was in the right position, and secondly, he would have had more blockers out there, and no matter where his opponent kicked him to, he would have had a move. Now, if he plays safe on this, not only is he short-suited himself, and if he even thinks of doing something like this,
Yeah.
There's a lot of people right now that play this game that are probably cringing at the fact that he did this.
Mm-hmm.
But if he makes this ball, he's a genius. If he doesn't,
He's sold the farm.
yeah. Look how easy this safety is. He's got the 7-8 up table, all keeping the line there. All he has to do is bank the 5 straight across table and let the cue ball run to the bottom rail and swing over into the area behind the 7-8, and it's a done deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's if he doesn't want to run out.
Right.
But the out's there. I mean, pretty much, Rich left him an out. I disagreed with that. I think he should have got over to take the 1 first, but at least he made the ball, and, he's in business. And he very well could end up banking this 1 ball on the side. They're getting a little bit weak here at the end, folks, but trust me, they've been playing some decent pool up till now.
Well, the nerves. It's coming down to the end of the match.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a great stroke that he just did there.
Yeah, they always play the worst at the beginning and the end. The middle of the match is always their best play. They're relaxed and just kind of going through the paces of the game.
It comes from predicting a win or a loss. If you can get outside that while you're playing a set, sometimes it helps you play quite well.
Ouch.
I don't know how many times I've played sets where I have to be reminded of the score. I don't know the score.
Another match to announce, John White, Bobby Hicks, table 8. John White, Bobby Hicks, table 8.
Did he let him? I don't think he can see it. I think that was a great shot. He's going to be able to spin down to the bottom rail, get in behind it. He hopes.
You could just hop it. No?
Nah, he wouldn't hop this, but he would do a little bend, a little spin.
Mm-hmm.
And that's if he can't see it. He's acting like there's a chance. Well, I think if he could see it, he would have played it.
Sure.
Good shot. Didn't lose his head. This might be one of the hardest shots in pool.
Tough shot.
A tough shot, knowing that if you miss it, your opponent's not only on the hill, but he's also very, very capable of winning the set if you miss. Because you're going to have to set up for a ball that's right beside your opponent's ball. So I'd go ahead and just play safe on this. I wouldn't risk the whole set on this.
Yeah, I don't like this shot under the pressure. Made it nice. May overrun. No, he's okay.
Pretty good. It's about the best place he could have put it if he didn't know that he was making the ball. You know, it was a free shot if he overcuts the ball and runs. I think this is going to make it hill-hill.
There's the webmaster for the APA.
Greg Fletcher does their video, does their photography, and does their web. Known Greg about 20 years. Good guy.
Rafael Melendez Jr., Steve Lechner.
other one. We had 2. Okay. Hill. This is for the dough.
Out for the prestige.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've found a fault in the rack.
One ball's falling off.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. We may have to ask the tournament directors to give that a little bit of extra time.
That's usually you out there doing that, JR. What Greg's doing.
Better man for it. Yes, sir. I used to be the guy. I crawl around. I get on the floor.
Oh, you crawl around. I see.
Yeah, I like the view
Creep
just
and
from
crawl.
about 1.5 feet off the
Nice.
surface of the table.
Oh,
For
there's a
the
little secret.
photographers at home. It looks much better. Oh,
I think
he popped his rock right off the table.
Greg?
Let's see if anything's going to tie up. That 9.5 is tied up.
Jeez. He's so tall, he can't. If he crouches, he'll still be 5 foot above the table.
Yeah.
I think he's just going for the.
He's like, oh, you know what?
Why bother?
But you can get some great pictures from that height.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I believe that Peter's allowed to play the 5-9 and end up with stripes. But the 10, well, the 14, 11 there, they look a little bit funky to me. That's right, we broke from this side. Well, I'm not sure what pocket he's going to put the 8 in, and I don't know that he knows either.
John White to table 8, please. John White to table 8. You are on your 15-minute grace.
What do you see with this 14-11 down here for the 8? Do you think he's going to try and play a combination on the 9?
He's looking at it, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's eyeballing it. Well, you got to say, look, there's no out. I don't think there's an out. So it's time to start smashing everything together and making it as hard as possible for the other.
Well, I think one of the best things that could have happened to Peter just happened. Mm-hmm. He hit a ball and left himself safer. He was going to continue to pocket balls without a plan. I think he was going to use the 15 to break out the 14-11. But it doesn't mean that they were going to go anywhere where they could be made. He's just going to break them apart from each other, and their chances are the 11 was going to go into the 7. So it'd be tied up between the 5 and the 7.
Eight ball is only offensive when it's open table, usually. There's too much going on there.
Okay. Well, he's left a nice little mess down here. I think if I'm doing anything here, I'm going to make Peter move his 9-ball, or at least some of the balls. I'm going to go ahead and play safe off the 3, down behind the 6 and the 8. Good enough shot. And sometimes what you can do is make it so that you only let the guy see the ball that you want him to move. That way,
nice.
He falls into a trap, he moves it, and then your plan comes out. And a lot of times, players won't realize that you're setting them up like that.
Yeah, that's the problem with that shot. The ball keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. Now he's looking at the 11-9 from this angle. Or he may, I don't think he can. He may be able to just fire the 11 past the 9. I can't quite tell, of course, but
I don't think that ball goes past the 9.
I
think he's going to go ahead and have to commit. And when he does so,
he's in big trouble.
He could be sealing his fate. Good, smart shot. No matter what happened there,
Yeah,
he was
good shot.
going to kind of leave him tied up.
Yeah, anytime you got the guy on the rail with more than a few feet away, you're good. Now he could try to cut the 7 up in the corner.
Well, I'm going to be playing off the 6 ball down table. Or the 7, I mean, down table. And the reason I say that is I want the 6 there so that there's no hole or the position is blocked in case my opponent beats me to the run. Right? The 7 ball holds no future. That's just one ball that's tied up that doesn't need to be. And believe it or not, he can bank this ball and let the cue ball slide down table. He does this off the 3. I predict there's going to be a problem. Wow, he got it. Nice shot.
So is this call shot, ball stays down, or? I'm not sure.
No, I'm not sure.
There's so many different rules. Everywhere we go is the whole new set.
Yep.
Have to get on poolplayers.com and take a look at their rules. You can follow this event at usamateurchampionship.com as well.
Yeah, the one rule that I do know is it's make it, take it. Whatever you make more of, that's what you end up with.
I see.
And I'm not quite sure. I was having problem on their rules page finding out whether it was slop or call shot, call ball and pocket, whatever it was. And just never got around to it. I've been waiting to see it come up in a game. But if somebody accidentally makes a ball, I haven't seen anybody accidentally make one yet and keep going.
I like that shot.
Well, I like the idea that if you're Peter, now the 6 is out. He's left him a shot on the 14, and if he makes this shot, he's supposed to win the set.
I don't think he can make it.
Oh, I think he can. I think there's a hope.
Obviously.
And that's the right way to miss it right there.
But yeah, he could have made it if he would have hit it right. I didn't see that it cleared.
Yeah.
Steve Lechner to table 2. Steve Lechner, table 2.
But he hit it
Ron
perfect.
50.
He overcut it if he did. He undercuts it, and it's a problem. He overcuts it. It blocks the hole, and he gets command of another set of his opponent's balls. So with his 3 balls, he's definitely controlling 3 balls. And, you know, he can't, like for instance right now, he can't go up table, meaning Richard, and he can't go down table without consequences unless he finds a lock safety.
Thank you.
The only thing I see is off the 3 ball, which is kind of a problem ball. Banking it with a left hand English, stiffing it up, maybe going towards the center of the table so that he can block the shot on the 14 and trying to run the cue up in 2 rails onto the 4-8. Or at least behind it onto the 2nd rail. Something like this. Good shot. Because if he lets him see that 14 again, Peter just might make it. And that, you know.
And the 11-9 sitting right in the hole waiting for him.
And the 8 has a pocket now. It either goes in the corner or the side.
Rail. Yeah, I like going in that 2nd rail.
Looks like he's going to elect to move the 7. It's a good shot. He has to consider shooting the ball off the 8 somewhere by the side pocket and freezing the cue ball on the 8 to at least let his opponent try and kick at his balls and break stuff up. If he wants, he could probably bank the 4 into the 114. and lock him. Right on the back side of the 8. Looks like there's enough space. I'm not a fan of this shot. Reason being is, even if he hits the 9 on the way in, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to break out the 11-9. Look at that! It didn't even go. Trying to get it to move, because he was only going to hit a little piece of it. Getting it to move that much now. Look what he's done. Farm for sale, 2 horses and a tractor.
Definitely. $14, $9, $11, $8. 8 right in the side, right hand side there.
Fine eye, Alvin. I see those commentator lessons are paying off.
Easy does it, my friends.
Those years in commentary school that weren't wasted.
They sure were not.
For those of you just tuning in, you're watching a match between Peter Ziemak and Rich Minichello. Score 6-6. We're here at the 2011 U.S. Amateur Championship. Palm Harbor, Florida Strokers Billiards. Good question. One of the folks. Oh no! Look what we've got here.
Oh,
just a bad kiss. Well, one of the folks stopped by, wanted to know about where these matches would be available, and they will be on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Inside Pool Mag. They're going to be brought up there in full 1080p. And what we're going to do, if you want to get these matches in the future or any of our matches, just go over and hit the subscribe button on the video page at youtube.com/Inside Pool Mag. And when you go back to the YouTube homepage in the future, our videos that we upload will be your automatic first offerings when you go to that homepage. So feel free to do that. If you want to have a little bit more fun at the party here that we're having, there looks like there's quite a few hundred of you guys out in the chat right now. Don't be afraid to hit the share button. Hit share with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and believe it or not, Ustream does the rest of the work. They put all the links in and everything. You just have to hit a couple of buttons and the video won't even stop playing. So give us a little bit of help here, and maybe we'll even have a bigger chat rolling than what we have already. Wanted to thank our moderators, Corner Market Bob,
Upstate Al.
Looks like Denise Berlanger is in the chat as well, moderating for us. Denise, are you out there? I don't know. Let me see. Sure looks like it. I thought I saw her in there. But thanks to everybody. You're the folks that are making this stream possible. He's cueing this high. That's a nasty habit, is to cue a ball high and roll it soft. If you cue it more towards center ball, you can have more control and the cue ball won't take off on you, folks. And there's here's your winner,
All right.
Peter Ziemak. Folks, thanks for tuning in. On behalf of Inside Pool and the APA, we want to thank our sponsors, Kamui Tips, for giving us that fine subscription special that we got going on. Also thank Fury Q's, Milliken Super Pro Cloth, and QSite.com. Stay with us, folks. We're going to go off the air for just a minute or two, but we'll be bringing more action back right at you. For myself and Alvin Nelson, thanks again.
Thanks, Jer. Okay, guys. Thanks. We'll be back. Bye.